Hi. All right, we're going to continue our discussion on the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. So today we're going to discuss sutras 8 and 9. Sutra number 8 is called the Viparyayah mithyajnanam atadrupa pratistham. All right, which means misconception occurs when knowledge of something is not based upon its true form. I love this. Is one of my favorite sutras. It reminds me a lot of being a child, and you're lying in bed at night and you swear there's like some like evil like monster in your room, and it turns out it's just a shadow of like a pile of clothes, but you're so convinced that what you are seeing is what you're seeing, but it's light, and shadow playing tricks on your mind. So then the author says, in the twilight you see a coiled rope and mistake it for a snake. You get frightened. There is no snake there in reality. There is a false understanding, but it still created a terror in your mind. It is not only valid knowledge that creates thought waves, but erroneous impressions also. And I love this because either way we're creating our reality. We never see the whole picture. We're always just assuming. Our mind, that's how brains work. Your half of what you think you're seeing is just your brain filling in gaps. So you are creating your own reality. So if you're going to be creating your own reality, create something awesome, right? Create a reality where it's rainbows and people having the best of intentions for one another. If someone cuts you off in traffic, someone jumps in front of you and it's going slow, we can create a terrible reality. Oh, I'm good at that. I'm very good at creating a reality where that person's out to get me, and they're selfish and they don't care. I think a lot of us actually are really good at that. But if we're creating a reality, how about one where, that person is tired. They got in front of me and they're going slow because they're tired. They're tired because they probably work so hard, and they're probably also doing these volunteer efforts in the community. Wow, what a great person. Not wow. What a great person. I think that's where a lot of us go. I know I certainly do. Wow, you're amazing. Look at you just jump in front of me. Not caring. But we really are creating our own reality. So create something wonderful, right? All right. And then the next one. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Number 9 is Sabdajnananupati vastu sunyo vilkalpah. All right. And it says, an image that arises on hearing mere words without any reality as its basis is verbal delusion. So, in other words, gossip, right? So, you can create an image in your head about a person who is terrible. I'm pretty bad at this. I admit, slandering. So, if I'm really mad at my husband, my coworkers, I don't think many of them have even met my husband, right? But if I'm angry and I go to work and I'm just he did this and he, said this or whatever, they now have an image of my husband as this terrible person. That really isn't fair to my husband. Whereas, maybe if they knew him apart from me, they would be totally amazed by him, because of course I married him for a reason. He's a pretty awesome person. Just he is human, And yeah, I'm just going to leave it anyway. So yeah, then they have this reality, right, of this person that they've never met, that's like this terrible person. They've never seen him or met him or really had any interactions, but that's the reality now. I have created a reality for them where my husband is a certain way because I chose to have ugly words, and that's all me. So yeah. The author uses a different approach. She talks about instead it's like someone like talking and the words get twisted, and you think you hear something, but what you heard wasn't really it. That's also another one, and that's because, like I said, our brain pieces things together. Like even with seeing something, you think you are seeing, like, I don't know, what have I got here? Let's just say this pencil. But you're not actually seeing it. You've seen a pencil enough times that even if I show you the point, you know what it's going to be, and your brain just kind of fills in the rest. It's like the world around you is a jigsaw puzzle with pieces not really there, and your mind just kind of boop, 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 puts it together, and it's like, there you go, that's the puzzle. But it's not really it. We are, like I said, like earlier, we are creating our reality. So let's create a great one where people are loving and kind, and even if they don't have the best of intentions, we really don't know people's intentions, do we? So let's just assume they're good. That doesn't mean you go around and make everybody your best friend, by all means. But what's the likelihood of like that person who cut you off in traffic becoming like your best friend, like, or becoming anyone that would be close to you anyway? It's not going to hurt anything for you to think better of them, but it is going to like cost you something to think the worst of them. So let's just create a reality where, you know, everyone has the best of intentions and everything's wonderful. And then maybe when people treat other people like that, then people will start acting accordingly, and what we set forth will become a reality, right? Wouldn't that be awesome if everybody like really did all the time, 24 hours a day, have the best of intentions for everybody around them? That'd be a pretty cool world. I don't think what would be happening in Ukraine would be happening. I don't think what is happening over in Iran would be happening. What's happening with the seeds and buying of land, that's what I want to say about that. Like, might not be happening. The world would just be really great. So let's create something wonderful by just assuming that everyone has the best of intentions. All right. Be well. Namaste.